Hi there, I'm Paul Kirtley, founder of Frontier Bushcraft, and in this video I'm going to take a look at the StrikeFire fire starters. I'm going to look at a range of different materials that we can light with these, as well as show you a couple of techniques to make sure you're getting really good sparks from these great fire starting devices. I had a couple of different sizes of StrikeFire to try, a medium and a large, but the techniques I'm going to show you here apply equally to both. Before using one of these devices, the first thing you need to do is scrape off the protective coating on the outside, and you'll start to see the metal shining through. And once you've got a good area uncovered and you start to press a bit harder, you will get sparks, as you can see here. In terms of technique, the one that most people will do naturally is this one, where you're using a good length of the steel and you're creating a shower of sparks. It's fairly diffuse though, so there's an alternative technique here where I'm using both thumbs on the lower third and I'm pushing off big sparks. I'm applying a lot more pressure and getting big sparks, but you'll see they're concentrated at the base, so it's much more accurate as well and concentrated. If you have a knife with a flat bevel that comes up to the back of the knife and have a good right angle there which will scrape metal, then you can use that part of the knife, and if I push hard I get nice big concentrated sparks. And notice the back of the knife, not the edge of the knife that I'm using here. Here I'm preparing one of the best natural fire lighters, birch bark, and I'm preparing it so it will readily accept a spark. This is a sheet of bark from a dead log that I've picked up, not a live tree, a dead log, and I'm using the scraper of the StrikeFire device. I'm scraping it up. You don't even need a knife to do this. Scraping up the outer surface with the burr so that I get a big pile of shavings and dust that will then readily accept my spark. And that's an important point generally with your fire lighting, to increase the surface area of the material that you're trying to light, particularly with a smaller spark. And here you'll see, now that that's prepared, I should be able to push a spark accurately into that. I'm not going mad, I'm just checking. And yep, there we go, and that then will light quite easily from a spark pushed off the end of the StrikeFire. Man-made equivalent of birch bark is tinder card. It's this wax infused cardboard, and again I'm ripping it up and ripping it up to increase the surface area, more places to catch a spark, and that should then easily catch a spark if I push it off the end here. And there we go. And then we can add some more material in once we've got the initial flame. What about solid blocks of fire lighters? Well, I'm going to use my knife here and I'm going to shave off a corner and start creating some shavings. You can do this with paraffin fire lighters and hexamine blocks. Just shave off a corner, increase the surface area, and get a nice pile of material then that you can drop a spark into. It won't otherwise accept a spark, but here just drop a nice spark in and there we go, and away we go. And again, just like before, add some more material in, and once you get the block lit, that'll go for about 15 minutes. If you're careful, you can even light a gas stove. Now here you've got to be quick. As soon as it's on, drop a spark and it's going. There we go. And I'll leave you with an unusual one. Here I'm teasing out some wire wool, opening it up and dropping a spark, and I set off an oxidization process, just like when you use a battery to set off this process, but we're going to need to add it into something else to get actual flame here, and I'm just using a paper towel. There we go, flame.